Hi friends, welcome to today's light interval session. My name is Bowie Stover, my pronouns are they, them, and welcome to training. I want to thank Drum & Street Services and Queer Space for supporting us so that we can bring you this content. It really is a big help and we love being able to share what we do with you and hope you really enjoy it. I also want to acknowledge that these videos are recorded on the stolen lands of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. Sovereignty never was and never will be ceded, and I pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. Alrighty friends, you ready for some light interval training? You want to start with a warm-up? It's all happening. With our warm-up, I hope you're getting used to it now if you've done a few of these sessions. Starting at our heads at the top, working our way down. You can just stand, feet around hip width or somewhere comfortable, arms relaxed at your side, and you're going to be looking up, not letting your head sink down, but just looking up, bringing your chin towards the roof, and then looking down, tucking your chin to your collarbone. I'm going to do 10 up and 10 down, so I'm going to alternate with 20. So that's 2, 3, 4, that's 5. So it's nice and slow. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now we're going to take our ears and we're going to bring them down to our shoulders. So for this one, making sure our shoulders stay nice and relaxed, hands by your hips, and you're going to tilt your ear down to your shoulder. You're not bringing your shoulder up to your ear. And we're going to do 10 in each direction. So that's 2. It's nice and gentle, getting as far as you can get to. We're not going to get a huge range of movement here. We don't want to cause pain also. So just nice and gentle. That's 5, 6, almost there. 7. It's okay to notice if you're feeling more stretch on one side than the other. That can be totally normal. 1 more each side. And that's 10. Now we're going to be looking left and right. We're going to take our chin and we're going to try and line it up with our collarbone. Keeping our shoulders down, our hands relaxed at our sides. I'm going to go 1. I'm going to go 10 in each direction. 2, 3, 4. Just getting where you can get to and not trying to push past that. There's no standard. It's just wherever you're at. That's 7, 8, 9, and 10. Amazing. Moving on to our shoulders now. Now we have 2 options here. We can either shrug our shoulders back, 10 backwards, and then shrug our shoulders forward. If you're someone who's had a shoulder injury, that is probably a safer option. But if you feel comfortable to bring your arm up with it straight up over your head, we're going to do windmill arms. And we're going to circle back, 10 backwards and 10 forwards. We'll do them individually, so not together. I'm going to demonstrate with a straight arm, but feel free to follow along with this however you feel comfortable. So we're going to start going backwards on the right hand. We're going for 10. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we want to be nice and controlled as well, nice and slow. It's 8, 9, and 10. Now we're going to bring it forward. Same side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I'm going to swap it over to our left-hand side. Same thing again, keeping our shoulders relaxed, bringing our arm up. We're trying to get it to pass our ear if we're using a straight arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost there. 8, 9, and 10. And now we're going to bring it forwards. Same thing again, passing up nice and tall, getting as close to our ear as possible. It's 3, 4, 5. It's okay to have a little bit of hip rotation here. That's about 8. Could be 9, and that could be 10. We'll stop there, it'll be fine. Moving on to wrist circles. We're going to hold our hands out in front of us and we're just going to circle our palms towards ourselves. We're going to go for 10. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're going to back the other way. Push the tops of our hands away from us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's it. Giving our arms a little shake. Taking our feet now, we're going to place them somewhere around hip width. Toes are going to be kind of slightly outwards. Hands are going to come onto our hips because it gives our arms a job. We're going to take our hips now, we're going to push them as far forward as we can. We're going to shift them around to the left. Push our butts out, around to the back, and back around to the right. We're going to do big, slow hip circles. We're going to do 10. So that's 2. 3, making sure we're keeping our chest up. We're moving at the hips, we're not moving our shoulders. 5, an easy way to do that is to find something to look at in front of you. And you stare at that spot, and you keep your chest facing that spot. That's about 8. I'll do 2 more anyway. It's 9. And that's 10. Now we're going to go back the other way. So push our hips forward and we're going to circle around to the right. Same thing again, finding that spot in front of us and keeping our chest facing at it. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, trying to get as big of a circle as we can. It's 8, 9, one more, and 10. You might find your hips feel a bit clunky in certain parts of the circle. It might feel a little bit more like an octagon. Totally okay. If we're a bit tight through our hips and through our butts, it can get a bit clunky as we push around through these corners here. As long as it's not painful, feels a bit stretchy, feels a bit kind of clunky or just squarish, totally okay. We don't worry about that. Moving on to knee circles. We're going to bring our feet together, but if you need to, have them a little bit apart just so you can stay balanced. We're going to give our hands a job by just resting on our legs above our knees. Now, we're not leaning weight on our hands here. We're just gently placing our hands there. We're dipping our knees a little, and that's going to hold our torso up. We're going to push them forward, circle around to the left, straight at the back, to the right. I'm going to go 10. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we're going to back the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh. Coming on to our ankles now, we're going to finish off our joint circles with the ankles, standing on one foot. If you need to support yourself with a chair, with a wall, a broomstick, anything like that, go right ahead. You want to be able to feel comfortable to move one foot and keep it up off the ground without worrying too much about what the other leg is doing. So do what needs to be done to help you feel stable. Once you're stable, you're going to take your right foot, you're going to bring it up off the floor, standing on your left foot. We're going to circle our right foot outwards for 10. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we're going to circle it inwards for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Putting it back down on the floor and then swapping sides. Our left foot comes up, we circle outwards for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then inwards for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now we're going to take it down to the floor. Alrighty, we're down on the ground. What we're going to do is come onto our hands and knees. Place our hands flat on the ground. just a little bit in front of our shoulders. We have our active feet, so our toes are curled under so that we can push our hips up into the air, pushing our chest down to the floor as much as we can, while at the same time pushing our heels down towards the floor as well. From here, we're just going to drop our hips forward, bring our weight forward over our hands, arch our backs, looking up above us. And then pushing our hips back to that starting position. So we're going to do 10 of these. 2. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. Trying to keep your knees hovering above the floor throughout this and not allowing them to drop. But if you need them to rest on the ground, that's totally okay. That's about 4. It's 5. 6. As you're pushing back, every time you come back, try and push your heels a little bit more towards the floor. Oh, that's maybe 7. We'll do 3 more. It's 8. 9. 1 more. And 10. Coming down to our hands and knees again. I'm going to sit back onto our heels. We're going to take our hands, we're going to rotate them outwards. And we're going to point them towards our knees as much as we possibly can. Bring our palms down flat on the floor. And then sit down towards our heels just as much as we can to get a stretch up this front section of our arm here. You don't want this to feel painful, so if you're finding it's quite uncomfortable, feel free to just shift your butt away from your heels a little bit. Not leaning too much weight on your hands though. We don't want a lot of pressure here. We really just want a gentle stretch. And we're just going to sit here for around 30 seconds. Nice loose count to 30. Loose counts is what we do best here. As you're doing this, making sure that you're not shrugging your shoulders up towards your ears. Keeping your chest up nice and tall, arms out nice and straight. And just breathing. That's it. This one can feel a bit different because it's not often one that we do, or a position that we really get our arms into, so you might find you have quite a bit of tightness through your forearms. Or even that one side is a bit different. One side might be more tight. And that's okay. Coming up out of that position gently, we're going to take the backs of our hands now. Place them on the floor, fingers pointing towards our knees, palms up. And we're going to do the same thing, sitting back down onto our heels. Again, we're going to go for about 30 seconds. And remembering, we're not letting our shoulders shrug up to our ears, so we don't want to sink down in our chest towards the floor. We want to keep our chest up, facing forwards, facing the direction that we're facing. Shoulders are away from the ears. And this one you're going to be feeling likely up here, but you also might feel it through the palm of your hand into your fingers a little bit. Depending on how tight you are is depending on where those referred sensations are going to end up. So if you're someone with particularly tight forearms, you might be feeling it in a whole lot of places. And that's okay. We feel things where we feel things, and we all feel them a little bit differently because our bodies all work a little bit differently. That's it. And once we've done about 30 seconds, which could be around about now, we're going to come up onto our knees. We're going to take the backs of our hands and we're going to place them on the floor, this time with our palms up under our shoulders. And from here, we're going to make sure that our hips are taking a majority of the weight here. We only want a little bit of weight on the backs of our hands right now. And we're going to bring our chest down to the floor, pushing our elbows outwards, coming back up, closing our fist at the top. Remembering that as we open our hands now and lower our backs of our hands to the floor, we don't want our wrists thudding. So we want to be nice and controlled. And we do that by making sure that we have just a good amount of weight on our hands, but not so much that we can't control it. So that's 3, 4, 5, we're going for 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, and 10. So we're going to come up to the top with our fists closed, and we're going to keep them closed now. And we're going to do 10 push-ups from this position, keeping our fists closed and our hands under our elbows, which is under our shoulders, in one nice straight line. Allowing our hips to take some of that weight again if we feel we need to. We're just going to bring ourselves down, keeping our elbows tucked in close to our sides this time. And coming up and down. We're going to do 10. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and that's 10. Finishing off now, we're going to have our palms flat on the ground, and we're going to raise them up while keeping our fingers on the floor. This one can be a little bit tricky. It can feel quite uncomfortable through the palms of your hands and even into your fingers. You might feel that the skin feels like it gets really tight or it wants to tear even, but it won't, and it's okay. So not putting too much weight on our hands here, but not having no weight. So we want to just a little bit so that we have a little bit of effort to lift our palms up. And we're going to go for 10. So 1, remember keeping our fingers down. 2, and just getting your palms up to where you can get to. 3, so it may not be this high, and that's okay. It's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And that concludes our warm-up. Next up, round 1. It's where all the serious business begins. Here we are, friends. Round 1. We are going to go for 7 minutes, 7-minute intervals. This first round, we're going to do hops. So I'm going to break it down for you first. 3 movements. We're going to do hops, which is 1 foot, and we're just going to slowly be hopping on 1 foot. We're going to do both sides. Then we're going to go to mountain climbers. Down on the floor. Nice tall posture, bringing our knees up. And then we're going to finish off by doing some chest to grounds, which is standing up, laying ourselves down on our stomach, standing up. 3 exercises. Now work through this as fast or as slow as you feel comfortable to do so. We're going for 7 minutes, but feel free to go for longer if you want to. You can go for 8 minutes, you can go for 9 minutes. If you want to increase that intensity, we're keeping it pretty light. And let's just get started. You're going to take your right foot. Now, if you can't hop, if you've got, say, knee issues or whatever, what you're going to do, you're going to balance mainly on your right foot. Your left foot's going to be nice and light, and you're just going to gently dip yourself up and down, keeping most of that weight on the foot planted on the ground, light foot on the other side, and just giving yourself some work just on the single side. Great. Right foot, we're going to start with. We're going to do 10 hops. We're going to go from now with 7 minutes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to swap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to go to our mountain climbers, bringing it down. We've got 20 to get through, so that's 10 on each side. We're in our nice tall plank position. Elbow comes up and across. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Making sure we push our feet all the way back when we push our feet back. Yes, standing up now. We're going to go chest to grounds. We're only doing 2 chest to grounds. We're standing up. We're making our way down to the ground as best that we can. Hands come up off the floor. Standing back up, that's 1. And that's 2. Back to our hops. So we're 60 seconds down. 6 minutes to go. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Swapping feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's it. Mountain climbers. Down to the floor. This round is definitely one designed to bring your heart rate up. So if you're puffing right now, that is the goal. Let's go. 20 mountain climbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Standing back up nice and slow. Whew. 2 chest to grounds. Making your way down. Flat on the floor. Standing back up as best you can. Let's go again. Remember, we're not spending too long down here. We're down and we're back up. We're not laying down to rest. Rest comes after. And again, right foot. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. Mountain climbers. Whew. Doing well, friends. Working through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Standing up. Whew. Chest to ground. Laying ourselves down. Flat on the floor. Standing back up. Let's go again. Yes. Back to our hops. How are we going with these, friends? We're working through as best you can. If you can't get that bounce, doing that little dip, just pulsing there. Totally okay. We're going for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nicely done. We have less than halfway to go. Doing well. We're in our mountain climbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Chest to grounds. Making our way down. Lying flat. Back up, that's 1. That's 2. This is a fast-paced round. We are getting through these like bosses. Right foot. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mountain climbers, here we come. We're in mountain town. That doesn't even make sense. But here we are anyway. In our tall plank. Knee comes up to our opposite arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Chest to ground. Bring yourself down. Lying flat. Standing back up. One more time. Doing well, friends. We've got less than 2 minutes to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mountain climbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Lying flat. Woo, we're skydiving. Standing back up. I'm gonna go again. Lying flat. I'm gonna hands up. Woo. And going back up. Back to our hops. Less than 60 seconds. We've got this. One more time through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, 10. 1 too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Doing well. Mountain climbers. We've got this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Bring it up. Chest to grounds. walking it out. Yes. But we're not resting there, we're coming straight back up. Come straight back up because we've got time to get one more chest to ground in. Yes. Whew. 7 minutes, friends. Round one is down. Have a drink. Have a breather. Whew. That one was all about getting our heart rates up, getting a little bit sweaty, really feeling the blood flowing. Drink, breather, small rest. Coming back for round two. Welcome to round two. Hope you had fun in round one. Had a drink now, feeling a bit fresher, a little ready to go. Not too fresh, we want to feel worked as well. So this round we have 3 more exercises. We have a squat pulse, so our feet are somewhere hip width or wider, toes are slightly outwards, bringing our chest up. We're going to drop it down, not all the way to the bottom, but then not all the way to the top, and we're just going to pulse in this position. That's our squat pulses. We've got squat pulses, then we've got lunge step throughs. Ooh, these ones are good. Start standing nice and tall. We're going to step forward, we're going to lunge. We're going to come back, we're going to step back, we're going to lunge. Oh, yes. We're going to work our way alternating forward and back, and then we're going to swap sides and we're going to finish off on the ground with a superhuman pulse. So we're just like some sort of superhero. We start laying flat. I like to have my hands under my chin, and then my knees are going to lift and my chest is going to lift. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and we're going to pulse just like a superhero. If they do that, who knows? But we are going to, because we are superhumans. Alrighty, we have 7 minutes to work through squat pulses, our lunge step throughs, and our superhuman pulses. Are we ready? The big clock on the wall says to go. So here we go. Feet wider than our hips, hands in front of our chest. We're going to drop it down and up, not all the way. 2. We're going to go for 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, whew, feel that burn. Straight into our lunge step through. So we're going to have our left foot planted. Our right foot is going to step forward, enough for us to have a 90-degree bend in our knees. If we need to step it forward a little bit more, we can do that. Stepping it back. I'm going to go 10 each side. So that's 1. It's 2. You can skip that pause in the middle if you want, or you can come back to 3. It's totally your call. Whatever helps you feel stable. It's 4. It's 5. 6. 7. 3 more. It's 8. 9. 1 more. 10. Something like that. Who knows? Let's swap sides now. Oh, that burn. Why would I follow this on from squats? Because it's fun. Here we go. Stepping forward. 1. And back. 2. 3. 4. It's 5. 6. 7. Almost there. 8. It's burning, but that's okay. 2 more. 9. And 10. Ooh. Oh my gosh, already we're down on the floor. Superhuman pulses on our stomachs. Hands under our chins. I like to have my feet together for this, but whatever feels comfortable for you. I'm just going to raise our chest and our knees as high up off the floor as you can. So if you can't get as high as I can, totally okay. We'll work with where we work with. We're going to go for 10. Alrighty. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh my gosh. This is great. We are back up for our squat pulses again. We are around the halfway mark, so let's try and get through this again. Feet are somewhere around hip width, toes pointing outwards. Hands in front of our chest. And we're going to pulse, friends. Or it's all about the pulsing here. We're going for 10. Ready? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh. Straight into our lunge step throughs. Right foot on the floor. No. Yes, let's start with the right foot on the floor. Our left foot steps forward and then back. Let's go 1, 2, 3. Trying to keep control here. Nice and slow, nice and steady. 4, 5, 6. Almost there. 7, 8, 9. One more. 10. That's it. Swapping legs now. Oh, the burn. Let's start. Stepping forwards. Let's go 1, 2, keeping control. Nice and slow, nice and steady. 3, a controlled movement. It's a safe movement and gives us all the work. It's 4. It's 5. 6. 7. 8. Almost there. 9. One more. 10. We've got 90 seconds to go, friends. Down on the floor. Superhuman pulses. Hands are under our chin. We're going for 10. Feet are together. Lifting our chest, lifting our knees up off the floor as high as we can. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's the way. Whew. 60 seconds. Less than 60 seconds. We've got this. 10 pulses. 1. Not all the way up. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. Halfway. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh my gosh. Lunge stepping. Stepping it forward, stepping it back. Right foot on the ground. So we're going to get 2 in. 1, 2. Oh, time is up, but let's quickly match it to the other side just so we're even. 1. You thought you were done. We're almost done. 2. Oh. Second round, friends. Work through in your own time. Rest as you need. You don't have to push through as much as I've pushed through. If you want to push through faster, you can push through faster. If you want to take more time, take more time. Have a drink, have a breather. We have just one more round. I have to go 1 more 7-minute round, and then we are done. Here we are, friends. 3rd round. If you're anything like me by now, you're getting a little bit sweaty, getting a little bit used feeling. Yes, objective complete, but not quite yet because we have 7 more minutes to get through. And in this last 7-minute round, we have 3 more exercises to work with, and they are a crawl, possibly my all-time favorite movement. Ask anyone who has ever trained with me. Crawls are the best. You're going to see why right now. For a crawl, we're going to be on hands and knees. We want our active feet, so our toes are curled under, because we want our knees to hover just above the floor. Yes. From here, what we're going to do, we're going to step our right foot just a little bit forward. Baby steps here. Tiny step forward, and our opposite hand shifts at the same time. Then we're going to step with our other opposite. 2, 3, 4. We're going to come, and then we're going to go backwards. What? That's right. I'm going crazy. Keep those footsteps really small. You find in a real hurry if your footsteps are too big because your legs either catch up to your head really quickly or they escape and you end up way too stretched out. So itty bitty steps. Good way to gauge is making sure if your knees are constantly staying close to the floor, you can only do small steps. We're going to do crawls. We're going to do push-up pulses. What are they? They are these, friends. We're going to go hands under our shoulders. We're going to do these from our knees because I think that will be a bit kinder on everyone. Nice plank position, so our butt's not sticking out, our butt's not sagging. We're nice and stable. We're going to come down to the bottom of that push-up. We're going to come up, but our elbows are not going to straighten, and we're going to pulse. Just like this. Pulses. Pulses, the theme of this training session. Not only are they a bean, pulses are also an exercise. We're going to finish off with a tall plank. So, hands under our shoulders. Body is stretched out nice and tall. You can have your feet together, you can have your feet apart, it doesn't matter. However you feel comfortable, nice and strong. Our back stays nice and straight. No saggy hips, no pointy butts. We want that nice middle ground. And we're just going to hold for 20 seconds. Alrighty. Are we ready, friends? We're going to start 7 minutes. Crawls. We're going to do 4 steps forward and 4 steps backwards. Clock says to go now, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring our hands together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice and controlled if you need to. Feel free to come down onto your knees as much as you need between steps. Once we have done our crawls, we go to our pulses. We're doing 10 of these. So, hands under our shoulders. Backs are nice and straight. Legs are close together. I like to have my ankles hooked because that's comfortable for me. But do what's comfortable for you. And we're going to come down, and we're going to come up. Not the whole way though. Let's pulse. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. Finishing off with our tall plank. Setting ourselves up, hands under the shoulders. Coming up into a nice tall plank position. We'll go for 20 seconds. Big red clock on the wall says go. So we're just going to hold this butt squeezed tight. Everything nice and stable. If we need to, imagine you're trying to crush your fingers into the ground. Rotate the fronts of your elbows to face forwards. 2, 1, and relaxing. Ready to go again. Starting with our crawls. Back at the bottom of our runway. We're going to set ourselves up. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Knees are hovering. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Going to push up pulses now. For 10. Knees together. Toes locked. Hands under shoulders. 10 pulses. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Whew, feeling those. My gosh. Alrighty, into our tall planks here. Big red clock says go. That's it. Holding nice and strong, just focusing on breathing now. I know it's getting hard, your arms are getting tired. Squeezing your butt, key here to stay nice and strong. Squeeze the butt. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relaxing. Oh, remember, working through this in your own time. If you need to, give your arms a shake out. We're working them hard this round. And when you're ready, coming back, setting up for our crawls. You're loving them yet? You don't have to answer that question, but feel free to tell me all about them if you like. Our knees hover. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Push up pulses. Here we come. Hands under the shoulders. Clock tells us we are just at the halfway mark. Doing well. Nice and steady. Hands under the shoulders. We're going to pulse. Butt is squeezed tight. Feet are together. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Remember, doing these at your own pace. Don't feel like you have to do them as fast as I'm doing them. Working through in your own time. Like everything with these intervals, taking these at your own pace. You can choose to follow me. You can choose to go faster. You can choose to go slower. Finishing off with our tall planks now. Hands are under our shoulders. Up on our toes. Everything squeezed nice and tight. Big red clock says go. So we go. We're just going to breathe. It becomes harder. Things start getting shaky. Shaky is okay. Shaky means things are working. Tighter you squeeze, the easier it actually becomes, contrary to what you may think, and it seems impossible. And relaxing. The more we squeeze, the more tension we create, and the easier it is for our bodies to work. Getting ready. We're almost there. We have just over 2 minutes to go, friends. We're doing really well now. Back to our crawls. Our hands are on our shoulders. Our knees are under our hips. They are hovering off the ground. We're going to walk 1, 2, 3, 4 steps forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4 steps back. Yes. Coming to our pulses. Push up pulses. Yay. Feet together. That sounded sarcastic. It didn't mean to be. Let's go. 10 pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Straight into our tall plank. Alrighty. When we're ready, hands under our shoulders. Let's go. Possibly the last time through today. Maybe not. I can't promise that yet. But just working through in your own time. Don't want like 10 seconds, less than 10 seconds to go. Just focusing on breathing. Everything is tight. That's the way. And relaxing. Oh my gosh. Back to our crawls. We've got just over 60 seconds left. Alrighty, here we go. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Push up pulses. I think this is going to be our last round, friends. Doing well. When we're ready, push up pulses for 10. Everything's tight. Legs are squeezed, hands on the shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, finishing in a tall plank. It is going to finish us off. Let's go. 1. Breathing. Everything's tight. Everything's strong. This is going to finish us off with this whole round. Just want to stay nice and stable. That's it. 5 more seconds. It's working through. It's okay to tremble. It's okay for it to be hard. And relaxing. Oh my gosh. What a round to finish on that was. I hope you all enjoyed yourself. I hope you feel like you had to work a little bit hard, but felt like it was achievable. Because if we work through things slowly, one thing at a time, we can make anything achievable. So there's no rule to how fast or how slow you have to move. There's only where you're at. And I hope that you can take these sessions and move through them at your own pace. There is no rules to say you have to follow me. So you make it work for you. I hope you enjoy working through these sessions with me, and I look forward to having you join us with our next one. Till then, friends, have a drink of water, have a shower, go freshen up. You've just done an awesome thing. See you later.